Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We begin here at 10 with breaking news. A pedestrian hit by a car in East Haven, and then the driver took off from the scene. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. This crash happened in the area of Foxen Road and Mill Street. If you're familiar with the area, you know this is a busy shopping part of town. Police say the driver in that crash took off heading in the direction of North Branford.
Now, the road has reopened, but police are still actively investigating. We have a Fox 61 crew in East Haven, and we'll bring you another update later on here on the news at 10. Now, we are also following breaking news from Waterbury tonight, where police are reporting a serious crash along West Main Street near Sperry Street. Police say the driver lost control and hit a Jersey barrier. She had to be cut out of her car by the fire department, and right now she's in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police have that section of West Main shut down right now while they investigate.
About October of last year, I was talking to them twice a day and everything was going well. You know, I tell them to call me in the morning when you go in school and call me in the afternoon when you get home from school. That was going well for a little period of time. That's when everything stopped after that.
Well, now to an exclusive story you will only see first here on Fox 61. The father of the 10-year-old boy who police say was abused and killed by his mother in Florida is now speaking out amid the struggle he now lives every day.
The father of 10-year-old Xavier Williams lives here in Connecticut. His family members here are supporting one another through this difficult time. And for the first time, we're hearing from Xavier's father. Tonight, he's sharing more about his relationship with his son after the child's mother, his ex-wife, moved them down to Florida.
Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot has the exclusive conversation with that father as he lives through this tragedy.
Keneal Williams calls it the worst pain he's ever gone through. He got the phone call no parent ever wants to get. His 10-year-old son, Xavier Williams, was in the hospital fighting for his life after police say he was badly injured and abused, all by the hands of his mother.
Your son was beaten by mom and boyfriend and was airlifted from one hospital to the other. He was very devastated. I was trembling, I was nervous.
That's how Keneal Williams recalled the phone call back in February when he learned about what happened to his 10-year-old son, Xavier Williams. Kimberly Mills, Xavier's mom, and her boyfriend, Andre Walker, were arrested after authorities say the two abused the boy and his brother in their Florida home. Both are facing the death penalty in this case.
We are seeking the death penalty as to both defendants.
It's been a nightmare for me because I could not come to terms that a mom who carried a child for 9 months and to abuse him the way they did, it's unbelievable.
Detectives with the Tavares Police Department say Xavier was duct taped to a ladder in the garage and had weights strapped on him repeatedly the night he was taken to the hospital in February. Now Williams is remembering his tech-savvy and sweet little boy.
He was just always there for his little brother. Whatever he's doing, he always get his brother involved. We always go to the cricket park on the weekends. They always come out, want to come to the cricket park, enjoy, and also play with other kids. That was part of the moment they missed a lot when they moved to Florida.
Mills and Williams divorced in 2022. He says Mills moved to Florida, but both parents had joint legal custody of the two kids, and Mills had physical custody because she was making more money at the time. Williams says the two boys lived with Mills during the school year, and he saw them over summer breaks, during holidays, and during monthly visits he would make to Florida. Williams says the weeks before Xavier died, communication wasn't as consistent. He says Mills would often say the boys were busy or couldn't talk.
I talked to my younger son, and he said Xavier is either doing homework. First and foremost, when he come on to homework, I never want to interrupt. I always say, call me when you're finished. That's what and I always get a supervised phone call.
Williams says because Mills was always in the same room as the two boys when he called, he couldn't find out what was really going on.
Because they're timid. They're scared. They're not going to open up to you if anything is going on because the mom is right there.
William's sister, Camille, started a GoFundMe to help cover the cost of the funeral, medical expenses, and bringing Xavier's body back to Connecticut because Williams never imagined he'd be burying his son at 10 years old.
I just want him to remember my son as a hero, and the name that I give him is a star boy. He's going to keep shining wherever he's in heaven.
There will be a vigil at the West Indian Social Club in Hartford to remember Xavier Williams on Wednesday. In Hartford, Kate Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
And we have an update tonight on the man police say was held captive by his stepmother inside a Waterbury home for 20 years. He's now medically stable and ready to transition to the next phase of his recovery.
Now that's according to Safe Haven of Greater Waterbury, which has been working to help support the man. Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro has more on his progress from Waterbury.
We're getting a better idea of what the long road to recovery looks like for the man police say was held captive inside this house on Blake Street. Safe Haven of Greater Waterbury says his next step in treatment involves intense physical therapy. These pictures released by police provide a glimpse into the house of horrors in Waterbury that continues to attract national attention.
I think people are fascinated by this because of the level of inhumanity.
Inside, police say a 32-year-old man told investigators he started a fire in February in a desperate attempt to free himself from captivity under his stepmother.
My stepson is in here.
Police say the man weighed only 68 pounds at 5'9" after being locked in a small room for most of every day and given limited food and water since he was about 11 years old.
He is making progress, which is
Amanda Nardozzi with Safe Haven of Greater Waterbury is helping provide the man with a second chance.
He has had no education since the 4th grade, building up to where he can obtain a high school diploma. Does he want to go to college?
The organization, which supports victims of domestic violence, set up a GoFundMe page that has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars.
As of right now, the funds will go to support any of his medical care. This can go for the bills. It could go for starting over, finding a place to live.
Safe Haven says the man's legs need extra attention due to the years of malnourishment and confinement. According to the organization, Medicaid will cover some costs as the man moves forward in his treatment, but not all.
His whole team has asked that we continue to share it through the media because his bills are starting to pile up.
This week, the man's stepmother, Kimberly Sullivan, asked a judge to reverse an order requiring her to wear a GPS monitor while out on bail. Her next court date is scheduled for April 22nd. Every dollar that's being raised through that Safe Haven fundraiser is going to the victim. That money will be put into a trust. Reporting in Waterbury, I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61.
If you'd like to read up on all these stories, just scan the QR code there on your screen. Download the free Fox 61 News app.
Now, Fox 61 Weather Impact with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank.
Not only did it feel like winter outside today, but it looked like winter. This is from Coventry today. Thank you so much, Sean, for sharing this. You could even see a little bit, I wouldn't want to say accumulation, but you could see a little dusting in some areas there today as well. But for the most part, the roads were just wet because temperatures were above freezing. We are done. The radar is not showing any additional snow, but it sure is chilly out there. What you're looking at here is the current temperature and the wind chill. So right now it is 32 in Hartford, but it feels like 24 when you factor in the wind. Let's take a look at those winds, gusting not as high as they were earlier, up to as high as 37 miles an hour in Putnam, but about 20 miles an hour in Waterbury. Those winds will remain as we head through the evening tonight, but will diminish through the course of the day tomorrow. So tonight we're looking at overnight lows in the 20s inland, near 30 for the Connecticut shoreline. But here's the good news. Lots of sunshine when you step outside the door. That blue sky will stick with us right through the afternoon, near 40 degrees at lunchtime and highs in the mid to upper 40s. So yes, still below average, but not quite as cold as today, especially with the wind diminishing. We'll take a look ahead at some April showers for the end of the week coming up.
The man accused of hitting and killing Hartford Police Detective Bobby Garton has pleaded guilty to manslaughter charges. Richard Barrington was in court today, and according to court records, he also pleaded guilty to assault. Police say back in September of 2023, Barrington sped away from a traffic stop and ran 2 lights before he hit a police cruiser that was responding to a different call. Detective Garton was a passenger in that cruiser, and he later died. His partner was also seriously hurt. We reached out to the Hartford Police Union for comment, but they've declined.
Well, we have an update on a search for 3 missing people on a sailboat. The Coast Guard tonight says those 3 people have been rescued and they are safe. The trio reportedly left from New Haven in the sailboat on Friday. The Coast Guard put out an alert when the boat was overdue to make it to North Carolina. They were making the voyage from New Haven all the way down to a small island off the mainland of North Carolina. That's a 575-mile trip, according to the Coast Guard. We're told someone out on the water spotted the boat. It had broken down south of Fire Island. Again, they were brought in, and those boaters are safe tonight.